Ready.
Senate will come to order and the Secretary will call the roll.
Bear. Bayer. Bach. Brackett. Buckner-Webb. Cameron. Davis. Durst. Fulcher. Getty. Guthrie. Hagedorn. Hyder. Hill. Johnson. Keogh. Lacey. Lakey. Lodge. Martin. McKenzie. Mortimer. Nonini. Nuxel. Patrick. Pierce. Rice. Schmidt. Sidaway. Stennett. Fain. Tippett. Vick. Work. Winder. Bear. Brackett. Durst. Fain.
We'll call shows. 32 present, 3 absent. Excuse. Quorum being present, Senate will advance the second order of business. Prayer by Chaplain James Wibberding and Pledge of Allegiance. We'd ask our friends in the gallery to rise and join us in prayer.
Please join me in a time of reflection and prayer. Dear Lord, this stately edifice with its towering domes and marble pillars stands as a monument to the strength of our government. The power of its traditions and ideals, they take shape within these chambers. But beyond these walls, beyond our state, and beyond our country, beyond our world, beyond our galaxy, you attend to the affairs of all things with great power and wisdom. I want to recognize your greatness today and recognize that you attend to both the orbit of the electrons in each atom and also the orbit of the planets in each galaxy and also the intimate affairs of our own hearts. And so it is no small gift that you give us in answering this simple request. Please guide the Senate in its work today. Thank you. Amen.
Now be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by our Paige Brooks Nielsen. Brooks.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Senator Bear will be recognized at this order of business. Senate advance third order of business, reading corrections journal.
January 29, 2013, the Judiciary and Rules Committee reports that the Senate Journal of the proceedings of January 28, 2013 was read and approved as corrected. Lodge Chairman.
The report will be filed in the Office of Secretary. Senator Davis.
Personal privilege, if I may.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senators, just a quick roadmap. It is our intent to go today into both the 10th order of business and the 13th order of business. So if you have assignments in those 2 orders of business, if you'd be prepared and ready to go. In the event, however, that there's a problem, please let one of the members of majority leadership know so we can work around it and be as accommodating as possible. Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent to send advance to the 6th order of business.
Hearing no objections, Senate advance 6th order of business. Report to Standing Committee. Senate's at 6th order of business.
January 29, 2013, the Judiciary and Rules Committee reports that Senate Bill 1032, 1033, 1034, 1035, and Senate Bill 1036 have been correctly printed. Lodge Chairman.
Senate Bills 1032, 1033, 1034, 1035, and 1036 will all be referred to the Judiciary and Rules Committee.
January 28, 2013, the Resources and Environment Committee reports it has had under consideration the following gubernatorial appointments. Albert B. Barker to the Idaho Water Resource Board, term to expire January 1, 2017. Gary Spackman as Director of the Idaho Department of Water Resources, term to expire January 1, 2015. The appointments of John Albert Stevenson, Roger Chase, and Vince Alberti, all to the Idaho Water Resource Board, with a term to expire January 1, 2017. And the committee recommends that said appointments be confirmed by the Senate. Pierce, Chairman.
Committee report will be referred to the 10th order of business and held for one legislative day.
There is no further business in the 6th order, Mr. President.
Senator Davis.
Can I ask unanimous consent to send advance to the 8th order of
Without
business?
objection, send advance the 8th order of business. Messages from the governor. Senate's at the 8th order of business.
January 28, 2013, the Honorable Brad Little, President of the Senate. Dear Mr. President, I have the honor to inform you that Charles Chip A. Kemper of Idaho Falls, Idaho, was appointed to the Aeronautics Advisory Board to serve a term commencing January 31, 2013 and expiring January 31, 2018. Dear Mr. President, I have the honor to inform you that Rael Anderson of Rathdrum, Idaho, was appointed to the Bingo Raffle Advisory Board to serve a term commencing January 7, 2013 and expiring January 7, 2016. Dear Mr. President, I have the honor to inform you that Neil Anderson of Blackfoot, Idaho, was appointed to the Idaho Endowment Fund Investment Board to serve a term commencing January 24, 2013 and expiring December 31, 2014. Dear Mr. President, I have the honor to inform you that Elizabeth Susan Chavez of Lewiston, Idaho, was appointed to the Judicial Council to serve a term commencing July 26, 2012 and expiring July 1, 2017. Dear Mr. President, I have the honor to inform you that Fred H. Snook of Salmon, Idaho, was appointed to the Idaho State Racing Commission to serve a term commencing January 17, 2013 and expiring January 1, 2019. Dear Mr. President, I have the honor to inform you that R. James Coleman of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, was appointed to the Idaho Transportation Board to serve a term commencing January 31, 2013 and expiring January 31, 2019. These appointments are made subject to confirmation by the Senate, and notice of appointments is hereby given. As always, Idaho, C.L. Butch Otter, Governor of Idaho.
Mr. President, ask unanimous consent to send to subculture.
Without objection, Senate be at ease.
Idaho Cable Telecommunications Association, and your contributions to the Idaho Public Television Endowment.
Senate will come to order. Prior to going at ease, the Senate was at the 8th order of business. Senator Durst and Senator Thane will be recorded present at this order of business. The President refers the appointment of Chip Kemper to the Aeronautics Commission Transportation Committee. The appointment of Rael Anderson to the Bingo Raffle Board will be referred to State Affairs. Or appointment of Neil Anderson to the Endowment Fund Investment Board will be referred to the State Affairs Committee. The appointment of Liz Chavez to the Judicial Council will be referred to Judiciary and Rules. The appointment of Fred Snook to the Racing Commission will be referred to State Affairs. And the appointment of Jim Coleman will be referred to the Transportation Committee. Senate advances to the 9th order of business. Messages from the House. Senate's at the 9th order of business.
January 28, 2013. Mr. President, I transmit herewith House Bill 5, 12, 14, 15, 22, 23, and House Concurrent Resolution 4, which will pass the House. Alexander, Chief Clerk.
House Bill 5, 12, 14, 15, 22, 23, and House Concurrent Resolution number 4 will be referred to the 11th order of business for introduction.
There is no further business in the 9th order, Mr. President.
Senate advances to 10th order of business. Motions and resolutions. Senate's at the 10th order of business. Senate has, for final consideration, the report of the State Affairs Committee on the appointment of Mac Redford to the Public Utilities Commission. What's that? Secretary will read the report. Senator Winder.
January 28, 2013, the State Affairs Committee reports it has had under consideration the gubernatorial appointment of Mac A. Redford to the Public Utilities Commission, term to expire January 9, 2019. The committee recommends that said appointment be confirmed by the Senate. McKenzie, Chairman.
Senator Winder.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move the Senate adopt the committee report.
Senator.
Second the motion.
Been moved and seconded the Senate adopt the report of the State Affairs Committee on the appointment of Mac Redford to the Public Utilities Commission. Senator Winder is recognized to open debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senators, we have before you today the appointment of Mac A. Redford to the Idaho Public Utilities Commission. This is a second appointment to the commission. I've known Mac professionally for probably 20 or 25 years. He was general counsel at MK for many years. He was involved in several very notable projects. One was King Khalib City, which was one of the largest construction projects ever in the Middle East in Saudi Arabia that MK did at that time. And he served as general counsel and legal counsel during that process. He was also involved in the construction and served as general counsel to the group that built the Channel, which is the tunnel that goes under the English Channel between England and France. So he has a great background in construction. He's probably, I should have said this first, but he's a graduate of the University of Idaho. He's been the president of the Idaho Foundation and the Vandal Scholarship Fund at the university. And for most of you, that's probably all I would have needed to say, but I thought his career does provide some interesting things and involvement around the world. For a kid that was raised in Weiser, graduated from Caldwell High School, Mac has changed the surface of the earth and that below it in many different ways. And he's a great person. He's done a great job, I think, on the Public Utilities Commission. He wants to serve again, and I'd ask for your support for that. And with that, Mr. President, debate is open.
Further debate on the report of the State Affairs Committee. Hearing no further debate, Senator Winder is recognized to close debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Debate's closed.
Debate being closed. Question is, will the Senate adopt the committee report on the appointment of Mac Redford to the Public Utilities Commission? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The report has been adopted, and the governor will be so notified. The Senate now has before it the report of the State Affairs Committee on the appointment of William Craig Colbert to the Idaho Lottery Commission. Secretary will read the report.
January 28, 2013, the State Affairs Committee reports it has had under consideration the gubernatorial appointment of William Craig Corbett to the Idaho Lottery Commission, term to expire January 1st, 2015. The committee recommends that said appointment be confirmed by the Senate. McKenzie, Chairman.
Mr. President.
Senator Tippett.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate adopt the committee report.
Senator Bach.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
Been moved and seconded. The Senate adopt the committee report on the appointment of William Colbert to the Lottery Commission. Senator Tippett.
Mr. President, to debate.
You have the floor.
Thank you. Mr. President, Senators, I don't know. It's my pleasure to present the name of William Craig Corbett and his confirmation to the Idaho Lottery Commission. I don't know Mr. Corbett well, but what I do know about him, frankly, I'm very impressed with. Mr. Corbett operates a 2,700-acre dry land farm in Caribou County. He's married and has 3 children and has a long history of public service. Some of the positions that he's held in the past include serving as president and vice president of the National Barley Growers Association. He was a delegate to the U.S. Grain Council, chairman of the Idaho Barley Commission, and a board member of the Natural Resource Conservation Services. And maybe the most difficult assignment in which he served or position was served on the Grace School Board for 11 years. And Mr. President, I'd like to read briefly from Mr. Corbett's application.
Having identified the source, the senator may read.
This is what Mr. Corbett had to say about at the time that he served on the Grace School Board and his desire to serve. He said, education is important to the state of Idaho. I served on the Grace School Board for 11 years. During this time, I saw the benefits of the Idaho Lottery to the schools. I would value the opportunity to continue helping my community through a position on the Idaho Lottery Commission. So Mr. Corbett is a man of great experience, has a tremendous desire to serve his state and his community. He's a person of excellent character, and I can say personally that I know him to be a very kind, friendly, and genuine person. And I would encourage your support of his appointment to the Lottery Commission. Mr. President, debate is open.
Further debate? Hearing no further debate, Senator Tippett recognized closed debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Debate is closed.
Debate being closed, question is, will the Senate adopt the report of the State Affairs Committee on the appointment of William Colbert to the Idaho Lottery Commission? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. The ayes have it. The report has been adopted and the governor will be so notified. Senate advance the 11th order of business. Introduction, first reading of bill. Senate's at the 11th order of business. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that all bills on first reading be read by number, author, and title only, and the journal show they've been read at length.
Without objection, so ordered.
In the House of Representatives, House Bill Number 5 by Revenue and Taxation Committee, an act relating to cigarette and tobacco product taxes to clarify permitting requirements for persons actively engaged in making wholesale sales of cigarettes and to make a technical correction. In the House of Representatives, House Bill Number 12 by Revenue and Taxation Committee, an act relating to the sales and use tax to delete obsolete language and to provide a sales tax exemption for food purchased with benefits provided under the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. In the House of Representatives, House Bill Number 14 by Revenue and Taxation Committee, an act relating to property taxation to revise the calculation of net operating income of low-income housing for property taxation purposes and to make a technical correction. In the House of Representatives, House Bill Number 15 by Revenue and Taxation Committee, an act relating to the sales and use tax to define the term primary or primarily with respect to the use of tangible personal property for sales and use tax purposes. In the House of Representatives, House Bill Number 22 by Revenue and Taxation Committee, an act relating to income taxation to revise the reporting and paying periods for Idaho income tax withheld by certain employers. In the House of Representatives, House Bill Number 23 by Revenue and Taxation Committee, an act relating to the taxation of beer to remove language stating it is the State Tax Commission's duty to prescribe rules regarding reporting of the tax on beer and to make a technical correction. In the House of Representatives, House Concurrent Resolution Number 4 by State Affairs Committee, a concurrent resolution commending Idaho native Kristen Armstrong for her accomplishments at the 2012 Summer Olympics in London, England, and for her superior attitude, work ethic, focus, and exemplary conduct.
House Bill 5, House Bill 12, House Bill 14, House Bill 15, House Bill 22, and House Bill 23 will all be referred to the Local Government Taxation Committee. House Concurrent Resolution Number 4 will be referred to the State Affairs Committee.
There is no further business in the 11th order, Mr. President.
Senate advance 13th order of business.
President, I think that will require a unanimous consent request, so I'll make that at this time. That
we haven't
unanimous consent request that we advance to the 13th order.
11, 13, 12.
I understand.
Senator Davis.
Ask unanimous consent to advance to the 13th order of business.
Without objection, Senate advance 13th order of business. Third reading of bills. The Senate is at the 13th order of business and has before it Senate Bill 1009. The Secretary will read the bill.
In the Senate, Senate Bill number 1009 by Local Government and Taxation Committee, an act relating to appeals from the County Board of Equalization to revise the deadline for the submittal of appeals to the...
Senator Rice.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that further reading of Senate Bill 1009 be dispensed with, and the Journal show that it is read the third time at length, section by section, and placed before the Senate for final consideration.
No objection. Senator Rice is recognized to open debate.
Mr. President, Senators, this is a bill that just makes a technical correction to the time for the county auditors to get appeals to the Board of Tax Appeals. We're striking language that says or by October 1st, whichever is later, and just leaving that they need to be there within 30 days of when the county auditor receives them. This will allow more timely resolution of many appeals because they were tending to stack up late. With that, debate is open.
Further debate? Hearing no further debate, Senator Rice is recognized to close debate.
Mr. President, debate is closed.
Debate being closed, the question is, so Senate Bill 1009 pass the Senate. The Secretary will call the roll.
Baer. Bayer. Bach. Brackett. Buckner-Webb. Cameron. Davis. Durst. Fulcher. Getty. Guthrie. Hagedorn. Hyder. Hill. Johnson. Keogh. Lacey. Lakey. Lodge. Martin. McKenzie. Mortimer. Nonini. Nuxel. Patrick. Pierce. Rice. Schmidt. Sidaway. Stennett. Thane. Tippett. Fick. Work. Winder. Bach. Getty. Hill.
Roll call shows 35 ayes and no nays, no absent excused. The majority haven't voted in the affirmative. Senate Bill 1009 passed the Senate. The corrections of the title. Hearing none, the title is approved, and Senate Bill 1009 will be transmitted to the House.
There's no further business in the 13th order, Mr. President.
Senator Davis.
Consent, Senate advance to the 15th order of business.
Hearing no objections, Senate advance 15th order of business, miscellaneous business, and adjournment. Senator Davis.
For an announcement.
You have the floor.
Mr. President, Senators, we sent 5 gubernatorial appointments today from the 6th order to the 10th. Obviously, they're held one legislative day till tomorrow. It is our current intention to go into the 10th order of business tomorrow and grab those gubernatorial appointments. So again, if you have those, if you can be prepared and ready to go, that'll be great. If there's a problem between now and then, just let us know and we'll accommodate you in whatever form you need. It is, however, still our intention to come in tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. If we're not able to pick up everything in the 10th tomorrow, we'll grab it the next day. Prior to adjournment to 11:30, I ask if there are introductions or announcements.
Announcements. Senator Martin.
Mr. President, for an introduction.
You have the floor.
Mr. President, Senators, I'd like to recognize Steve Birch, a constituent in the gallery. I commend him for his service and his desire to be a member of the legislature. I hope he holds off a little bit longer. Thank you. Welcome to the Senate.
Yes. Further announcements. Senator Hill.
Mr. President, for announcement, Our photographer, Matt Green, is back with the proofs of your photos. He is in room 413, E413 on the other side, 413. He'll be there all day where you can go pick out which photo you like the best. If you don't pick one out yourself, we will pick out the ugliest one we can find for you. So anyway, he'll be there all day today, East 413. And then beginning next Tuesday, there'll be proofs of the group photos in Sarah Jane's office, in the Sergeant of Arms office. And you can fill out an order at that time if you want any photos. Thank you very much.
Further announcements, Senator Patrick.
Mr. President, for an announcement, on the fourth floor, while you're up proofing your pictures, the soil conservation districts have some displays. And I would encourage everyone to go observe what's going on to save the soil for erosion from wind and water.
That'll be a stabilizing experience. Further announcements. Senator Winder.
Mr. President, personal privilege.
You have the floor.
Thank you. I've been asked to recognize two of our colleagues for the awards they received yesterday. And I know one of them is probably going to, I wouldn't say strike me, but I'll probably hear about this. Yesterday at the State FAA luncheon, two of our colleagues were awarded certainly awards that they deserve. First, Senator Bear received the Friend of the Co-op Industry Award, and I think that's an important award to the young people that serve in the FAA. Also, Senator Lodge received an honorary state FAA degree for her efforts for many, many years in the FAA program and as a teacher. So please acknowledge them with your applause.
Further announcements. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I move the Senate adjourn to the hour of 11:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Senator Stinnett.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
Moved and seconded that the Senate adjourn till 11:30 tomorrow. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed nay. The ayes have it. We are adjourned.
The Senate Channel.